we've had these lower dew points in our area, and it feels great. And I think a lot of times everybody focuses. I'm a big proponent of dew point over relative humidity, and relative humidity is just that. It's relative to the air temperature. To me, comfort-wise, dew point is just such a great thing to look at because, regardless of the temperature, if the dew point's in the 50s, it feels great. If it's in the 60s, it starts to get humid, and then 70s, the air, we jokingly call it the air you can wear, but the mugginess that gets around here. So, Tim, humidity-wise, what do you normally go with, and are you team relative humidity or team dew point?
I honestly don't. I hardly ever look at the relative humidity on a day like today or in the summertime. Because I was like, what is it telling me?
Yeah.
What am I getting out of this? I need to. There's education that's required, but once you understand what we're talking about, there's no reason to go back to relative humidity unless you're trying to saturate the air. I'll see if this works. I'm gonna try and use my little switcher here.
Oh, there you go.
Here's something.
That. Yeah.
See. So this is from the Weather Service, and I think they've explained it better than I can.
Good.
This is showing you the amount of water in the air. Every one of these examples has a relative humidity of 50%. Each and every one of them. Now, on the left, the temperature is 35. On the right, the temperature is 95. In the middle, 55 and 75. Now, the dew point for each one of these is vastly different. So notice how on the left, there's a little bit of water in the air. That's the only water that's in the air. The dew point's 18 degrees. On the right, there's more water than you could carry out the building, and the dew point is 74. So these are kind of the dew point is an absolute measure of how much water is in the air at a time. And we just kind of know as humans, depending on what part of the country you live in, around here, if it's above 70, that's going to feel pretty bad to you.
Yeah.
Up north, maybe it's a little bit lower, but out west, they think we're crazy for those numbers. But around here, if the dew point's above 70, that's when you're going to feel sticky.
Yeah.
And it's really worth kind of emphasizing that point that, if you want to know how much water is actually in the air, you should look at the dew point temperature and not that arbitrary changing, because the relative humidity changes with the air temperature because it's relative.
Yeah. I've run into this a couple times. People use their app, and it'll be like 95 degrees outside, and the humidity, the relative humidity, will be like 50%. People are like, why does it feel so humid out? Well, that's still a dew point above 70. It's like because the difference between and the dew point stays more consistent throughout the day. The relative humidity is always highest in the morning, lowest in mid-afternoon because it changes with the temperature. So, I'm a big fan of dew point.